Hello, video 3 of the day on Hemp Day, Wednesday, March 1st. We have got a wickedly cool batch of knives going out to Plaza Cutlery. They are in Costa Mesa, California. Dan Delavan is the owner of the company. He has a very nice high-end shop out there in Costa Mesa. They are very close to the John Wayne Santa Ana Airport. And apparently the shop's very nice. I have not had the luxury of seeing it. Greg's been there a few times. Greg's gone to the Plaza Cutlery show several times. And most recently we had the Hawaii show, I'm sure as you're aware of. Believe it or not, some of the knives did not sell at the show, but Dan, since he hosts the show, he's there and he has a chance to look at the knives and select some that he likes. So today we have some of the knives that didn't sell at the show, in addition to some that Dan has previously ordered that have come due. So let's see what we have. It's a really nice variety, everybody. So I have 3 dress Marauders. They are all D2 drop points. I have one that's tumbled with it's all tumbled actually, a Terminator style. I have one that is a Vulcan blade with a deep blue anodizing on the handle and spring. And I have one that is kind of a mottled, smoky, natural flame on the handle and spring with a bright orange Vulcan blade. And then obviously you see similarities. We have the dress and we have the midi, and we don't have a full Marauder here, but the full Marauder is more approximately the length of a full-size Praetorian. So this midi Marauder, you see it, this Hawaiian motif here, this band etched down the handle, obviously for the show, a D2 tumble blade, and a lightly bronze anodized handle and spring with PVD coated hardware. Very cool. A micro Praetorian T, Vulcan Tonto D2 blade, PVD coated handle and spring and clip with flamed hardware. Dan does really well selling our micro Praetorians. You know, it's his favorite knife. He carries a micro Praetorian G, so I think the knife that you love and tend to carry, you have a tendency to sell more of. It makes sense. All right, I was surprised that this one didn't sell. Greg mentioned that a lot of people had their hands on this knife and really liked the turtle, the tribal turtle. So Sean Liu, who's filming right now, what a genius job he did on this, laying the turtle down in the closed position, and then it continues on in the open. Just lovely. The nice ano, polished clip, beautiful blade. We have two full-size Praetorian Ts. One pretty standard, pretty tactical-ish PVD D2 Tonto blade with a tumbled handle and spring and flamed hardware and clip. I really like that as an accent. You know, it's a nice, pretty straightforward, very manly tactical knife with just a little bit of pop to it. Love that. And then this, I mean, this is so cool. I remember the day that this knife was made. Greg went into our art room and asked our gentlemen who work on our comic books and banners and all of our design and said, please, would you draw me up a cool octopus? Which they did, and then Sean did an insane job in applying it to the Praetorian T, and it wraps around to the backside. I mean, come on. Does it get any cooler than that? Oh my God, so cool. And it is a 3V tumbled drop point. So you have an upgrade blade steel and this very cool artwork. Now this is a full Praetorian tie. Again, very rare to see this going out to resellers because we just don't offer discounts on this knife. Nobody gets a discount. So Dan has a Praetorian tie with a 3V bitchin' Vulcan blade on it. It's a Tonto, titanium hardware, and a very subtle, smoky, kind of mottled flaming on the handle and spring. That thing's going to be sold before it even makes it to Dan. Very, very cool. All right, we have 187 drop point here. One of our deployment series folding knives. Just so you know, this knife does not come with an S3 case. It comes in a velvet pouch. It has slightly different packaging because it is our economy deployment line. You'll always see the handle and the spring and the clip tumbled. You will see all of them with PVD unless you get a first generation, which was Vulcan. And you'll see a couple different variations on the handle if you get it from a reseller. Black, OD green, coyote, and occasionally have his orange. So that's the drop point. Dan has a total of 3 infractions. They all have holes in the blade, and again, there are infractions out there with holes in the blade and those without. We have one S35, 2 D2. All of the blades are tumbled, but on one of the D2 we have a PVD coating, one's tumbled, and then on the S35 we have a really dark, brooding, flamed spring and PVD clip and hardware to boot. So 3 unique infractions. And this also came back from the Hawaii show. We have Hotai, the laughing Buddha, on the handle etched in there. It's got shades of bronze and blue, a D2 tumbled blade, and a subtle bronze anodizing on the spring. Right next to it, its brother, the Sherman, Panzer and Sherman. This is just coming out. I've had a lot of people asking about the Sherman. And Dan, as a reseller, has the first of our very, very brand new 2017 knives, the Theseus and the Eris, with what I love. I mean, I love this clip. This has a lot of hubbub on Facebook. A lot of people are talking about the clip, and a lot of people don't like it, but I got to tell you, I do. It's got a nice feel as you pull it out of the pocket. It's a nice contour. It is avant-garde. It's different, and that's kind of what Greg's known for. So, meh, very cool. The Eris, if you want a smaller carry, I mean, these used to be one of our smallest knives, and now we have some options for you for small knives. So if you're looking for an Eris or a Theseus, I mean, really. So Dan, you should have some good luck selling these knives. Everybody reach out to Dan Delavan at Plaza Cutlery. Let me give you the phone number. It's 714-549-3932. The website is plazacutlery.com. And they are at 3333 South Bristol Street, Suite 2060 in Costa Mesa. Dan Delavan, sorry I didn't see you at the Hawaii show. I hear you had a nice vacation. Till we see you next time, and everybody else, I'm out.